Hi, my name's Angel, and I'm going to be talking about my awareness circle today. Um, this is new to me. This is actually kind of weird. I tell people about my biggest issue when it comes up or it's asked, but talking about it and actually having to look through all of it and dig deep inside is actually pretty new to me. I've talked to a therapist about it, and it's been okay, but the awareness circle made me kind of look into the future and my wants, and that's not something I was used to doing. So this might be a little bit all over the place because it's just what goes on in here, and that's a daily thing. But, anyways, my awareness circle. So, in my sense, we'll start with obviously the issue. Um, my biggest issue is not talking to my family, my intermediate mom, dad, sisters. I come from a really hard family who physically, mentally, and emotionally abused me growing up all 18 years of my life, and I had to develop somebody who I know wasn't me to survive there with them. And um, 2 weeks before I turned 18, I ran away from home and I moved up with an aunt who I cherish greatly and an uncle who I love and I know would help me get my life back on track, and who both would help me teach me the way to live a good and healthy life and give me some goals and help me achieve things that I never thought I would achieve. Um, so the issue is that I moved away from that issue. Well, I moved away from my family at home, but I feel like I abandoned my sister in the process, and I kind of backstabbed both my mom and dad. Even though a lot happened, I still was super loyal to them. I was the child who did everything for them and always understood everything. They both had me when they were 15, so they were very immature and growing up as well. So I've always been one to rationalize what's happened with my family and, put it aside to try to help and, try to help and just hide it and be okay with it. And hasn't worked out great for me. Anyways, so the issue is going away. And after I moved away, I didn't tell anybody I was running away. I made the decision. I came up here to visit Oregon. Within 5 days, I had found myself up here, moved completely, and living in a new house with my aunt, uncle, and my cousin. My best decision I've ever made in my life. I've been super happy since then. But the issue that I now have is since leaving, I feel like like I mentioned, I've abandoned my family. And after leaving, my mother made up stories about me so she wouldn't look like a bad parent. And it's affected me because now none of my family talks to me. And I recently, about a month ago, found out why no one talked to me. And it's been really hard because now it feels like I'm doing even more to ruin her reputation. And it's a true. She put up a fake one, and I'm telling everybody what the real one is, but nobody believes me, so nobody talks to me, and I just look like the black sheep of the family. So that's my issue. My thoughts are that they don't care about me, It's like out of sight, out of mind, even though I've been there for the majority of them. I was obviously the oldest cousin, or oldest granddaughter, being that my parents had me so young, and I was always the person that if they called, I'd be there in a heartbeat. I'd be on the other phone line. You want something really, really bad, and I have the money for it, even though I wanted something else, I'd buy it because it made them happy. I was always the person to do something for somebody else and expect nothing in return. And so I'm really shocked that that's the way it happened. Nobody is on my side of it. And it's like, even though my mom has abused me in front of a good chunk of it, they always see it as just parenting, and they'll look the other way because my mom has such a powerful presence with everyone. So I really don't think they care, and I was just somebody they used because they could. It makes me feel, pretty pissed off. Like, if I would have known this was going to happen 4 years ago, I would have stopped wasting all this energy for them. I love them very much, but if that's the way they wanted to treat me, then what was my purpose of helping them? It was more of feeling like I did something good for somebody else that was okay compared to now just feeling like you got used. It also makes me feel a little lonely. Ever since moving up here, I mean, I lost all my friends as well because I don't see them every day. I think I talk to two, but even then, they're starting new jobs, new lives, and I can't really be upset about it. I decided to start a new life, so can they. It's okay. But I feel really lonely because here I only have my aunt and my uncle and my cousin, and those are the only three people that really talk to me. So I tend to feel alone a lot of the time. Um, my sensory data, the thing that has made me feel like that, like my emotions and my thoughts, is growing up. I was always told I was an accident, I was a mistake, I should have never happened, I ruined their lives, they should have just had an abortion. And it really started taking a toll on my life. And, after a while, I just said, I didn't ask for this. You guys should have done it. It was okay. Yeah, they told me that growing up, after I got kicked out of my mom's house, she kicked me out of the house because I forgot to do a chore before going to work. And when I got home, she started screaming at me, and she told me to pack up and leave. And obviously, she knows that I didn't have a great relationship with my father because they were divorced, and she kept us pretty blocked away from him. But after I got kicked out, I packed up all my stuff in a car. Within the 15 minutes that I had to get all my stuff in the car and leave, I went to my dad's house and I begged him to let me stay at his house because I didn't want to ask a friend. And I went and I stayed with him. But the rule was I could only sleep on the couch in his house. I couldn't sleep in the guest room. I couldn't do anything else. I had to sleep on the couch. And he gave me a shoe closet and told me that was basically my room. Whatever I take out of that room, I have to put right back in. If I eat on a dish, I have to put it back right away. He told me he specifically wanted it to look like nobody lived with him because he lived by himself. He told me he wanted it to look like nobody lived with him, and if he had a girlfriend over or he brought somebody home, it was an instant that I had to leave, and I would just hang out in my car because I had nowhere else to go. My wants for myself is to be able to accept what happened and just acknowledge it and not let it affect me. And I want to be able to talk to them about it one day and, be okay with, come to terms with it. What I want for others, being close family, is I just want them to be happy, and I want them to know I'm okay and I'm doing way better than I ever thought I would be with them. And I'm not mad. I'm just upset. And for our stakeholders, I want everybody to be happy and understand what happened and not necessarily come to the rumors and assumptions that they came to. My actions for the past is talk about what happened in the past, why it happened, and how it got me to where I am now, such as in talk to them about why it happened, what caused me to pick up and leave, how bad it really was. Because being from the family I came in, they didn't see it as bad because they saw it as that's the way to treat your daughter. But I saw it as bad because I knew it wasn't true once I started hanging out with my friends and their family. And they treated me differently than they treated my sister. She's the prized possession of the family. I love her very much too. She's very much spoiled and has the easier lifestyle out of the both of us. She hasn't had to endure as much as I have had to in life because I've always been there to protect her. But now that I moved, she won't talk to me either. Anyways, going to current is I want them to be able to talk to me and support me and realize that I'm doing this without them and they should be proud of it, because they're only proud of me when I accomplish something and then they try taking the credit for it, and I'm not okay with that anymore. My future, I'm hoping is my future, is that one day, if this doesn't go right, I'm not going to let it affect me. You know, it happened in my life. It's not going to dictate my life. It's happened. It's over with. I'm in a happy place now. I shouldn't let it control every decision and every lifestyle I choose or anything. So that's my actions, um, and that is my awareness circle of doing this project and dealing with this issue. And it was really uncomfortable. And I'm honestly trying not to be so emotional. But doing this awareness circle or awareness wheel, it really opened my eyes up to how much I really want. I think that was the biggest one. Like, it opened up my eyes to what I really want and how bad I really want it in the future and or currently. And I guess I never really thought about it. So this made me really think about it and come to terms with a lot. So I thought it was a pretty cool assignment. And that was my project. Thank you.